to ODing, and he cooked it up. He told me to turn my head, and I put my arm out, and he stuck the needle in, and I just, I was sweating. My heart was racing. I was scared. My palms were sweating. I was nervous. He shot me up, and I didn't even feel anything. Little did I know in the beginning, he was just giving me little bits so he could keep it all. I didn't do it again after that for a really long time. And then I was hanging out with my brother, and I was dating a girl at the time, and I didn't want her to know what I was doing. I couldn't shoot myself up, so I asked my brother to do it. And of course, he always worries about himself first. He had to get on first, so that's what he does. And then right after that, I hear my girl coming up the steps. So I run in the bathroom. I'm like, it's now or never. And I shot myself up, and it was a wrap after that. As afraid as I was of needles, I've shot myself up in the legs. I've shot myself up in my fingers, my fingertips, my palms of my hands, bottom of my feet, which really hurts. My neck. I've watched my brother tie a belt around his neck in the mirror and try to shoot up in his forehead. Like, we've done some crazy stuff. My brother's a little crazier than me when it comes to drugs. But, that's what started it. And even after that, my brother went and got 2 pills one day, that day, and he cooked them up in the spoon for me, and I had to shoot it up. That's what I was going to tell you guys. And I felt the rush. I felt the feeling in my throat where I had to cough. I felt my body get real warm and fill up with heat. And, it was a good feeling, but I just wasn't impressed with it. And, I've told you guys this before, a lot of drugs I got hooked on, I never liked in the beginning. I just kept doing them because everybody else was doing it. And I felt like, it's something that they're getting that I'm not. So I kept doing it and forcing myself to do it until I became addicted. Same thing with weed. As a teenager, I would smoke weed all the time with the girls and stuff. And then I would start getting hot and nauseous. One time I threw up in front of all of them in the backseat of the car. It was embarrassing. I just never really liked drugs, which is crazy because I made myself like them, and then I was obsessed over them. Anything I do in my life, I take as much as I can, and I get as much as I can of it as fast as I can until I wear it out. That's everything. Anything good that's fun, I don't want just a little bit. Food, I don't want a little bit. I want way bigger than I can eat. It's just how I am. It's my addictive personality. So, years went by, and I actually started shooting Suboxone. I shot Suboxone from 18 until I was like 26, 27. And then I started shooting heroin with the stripper I was telling you guys about last night. And then, that took me down the darkest road I've ever been down. So that's just a little bit about how it started, and it makes me sad because I've seen videos of me being this age right here. That's small.